Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Have you wanted to sew a pencil pouch but you were kind of intimidated due to the zipper? Well, I'm going to show you, even for a beginner, step by step on how we do that. Well, let's get started and I'll show you how it's done. In my previous video, we did make the Bible book tote, which I'll be happy to leave a link in the iCard. The coordinated pencil pouch is not only exclusively for pencils and markers and such, it's also great for eyewear. And the pouch does come with a zipper and is fully lined. The supplies needed is cotton fabric. We're going to need one style for the outer fabric, one for the lining, for the tabs, and also some batting. I'm going to be using poly batting today, but you can also use cotton batting and also a zipper. And I'll be posting the measurements in the description box. And the zipper that I'm going to be using today, I did purchase at Walmart. However, if you want to make several of these, it's more economical if you buy your zipper in bulk. Now we're going to begin preparing our outer fabric for the quilting. What I like to do is actually draw the lines at the same time on both pieces of the fabric. And since my fabric is directional, I like to go ahead and draw a center mark in the center and then continue to draw the lines 1.5 inches apart. These are actually little fabric magnets. I've had these over 20 years, but they just really come in handy. I can set them on my fabric and my fabric will not shift. As you can tell though, I've got to scoot the magnets up. Not the magnets, they're weights. And now we're going to prepare our fabric for the straight line quilting. I use a spray adhesive. It's a temporary spray. I'm going to apply that to the batting and then position my fabric onto the batting. And as you can tell, my batting is oversized, and my fabric, once we quilt it, we're going to be cutting it to size, because once you quilt it, it is going to shrink just a little bit. And then I add pins and repeat on the second piece. And now our fabric is prepared for our straight line quilting. But our straight line quilting is actually stitching on the lines that we drew that has fabric and batting. We can either use a walking foot like I just showed on the screen, or just your regular presser foot. I recommend, if you're using your regular presser foot like I'm going to be doing today, is increase my stitch length and decrease my pressure. And now our straight line quilting is complete. And now we're going to be cutting out the outer pieces the same size as our lining. Now it's zipper time. And I will be marking the top of the outer fabrics with a 3/8 inch mark, and that's where we're going to be placing the zipper in between those two lines. So we'll have the outer as our seam allowance. And now I'm going to prepare the zipper for resizing. As you can see there on the left hand side or the tail end of the zipper, there's a metal piece right there on the teeth area. So I'm going to mark the line above the metal piece, and I'm going to go ahead and mark the right side. However, we're not going to trim that one yet. And these are our little zipper tabs. The measurements, again, they are inside the description box. What we're going to do is fold the piece lengthwise in half and then fold the raw edges toward the center and iron. And now it's time to resize our zipper. I do highly recommend not using your good sewing scissors for trimming a zipper, whether it has metal teeth or plastic teeth. And now it's time for us to insert our zipper into our zipper tab. What I like to do prior to closing it is slightly with the lighter, just singe the edge of the end to help prevent fraying. And prior to trimming the opposite side, make sure you open the zipper at least halfway in the middle. And then insert and pin like the opposite side. And we're going to be top stitching approximately 1/8 of an inch. And after I've top stitched, I go ahead and trim the tabs to the width of the zipper. And with the zipper facing down, place your zipper inside of your drawn lines, which are 3/8 of an inch from the outside. Now it's time to attach our zipper. I do like using a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. You can either use your traditional presser foot or a zipper foot. And also when sewing, when the zipper pull is in the way, keep your needle inserted in your machine, raise up your presser foot, unzip, and then continue to sew. Now it's time to attach our lining. Make sure right sides are together, match at the ends, and pin and sew. Now we're going to prepare the first half of the pouch for top stitching. What I like to do is to fold over the fabric and go ahead and finger press with my fingers at first on both sides. And then I iron. But when ironing, make sure you don't hit your zipper teeth since they're plastic and you don't want them to melt. After ironing, top stitch approximately 1/8 of an inch. And now we're going to be assembling the second half. And as you can tell, I do have directional fabric, so I want to make sure the opposite side is also in the correct direction. And make sure when you're lining up your fabric that you are using the outer sides and not the zipper pull tab area, because as you can tell, there's going to be like a 3/8 of an inch gap there. And then sew with the 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. We're going to be adding the second side of the lining. Make sure the right sides are together. We're going to pin and sew. Now we're going to prepare the second half for top stitching. We fold the fabric, finger press, iron, and then top stitch. Just like the Bible book tote is a really great seller at craft bazaars or craft fairs, these are as well. And what I like to do, I do sell in my Etsy shop. What I like to do is to put a label with my logo. And so I just use a dab of just a glue stick, not that much, place it where I want it, and then I'm going to make sure that the lining is not underneath this top layer here, and then I'm going to sew. Pretty exciting, we're on our final stretch. What I like to do is put the outer fabric and the lining fabrics right sides together. Go ahead and place a pin, and then the tab area, what I like to do is face it or push it toward the lining. And now we have our pouch pinned. What we're going to be doing is adding a couple of marks. And in between those marks, that's where we're not going to sew. Then we're going to sew all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam allowance and back stitching at the beginning and the end of stitching. Now we're going to remove the pins and also clip our corners. And now we're going to turn the pouch right side out. Now I'm going to be pushing out the corners of the pouch. You can either use your finger, or I like to use a dowel rod. I just insert it through the lining opening. Now it's time to close the lining. You can either hand sew or sew by machine. Now our pencil pouch is complete. And this also is just the perfect complement for the Bible book tote. And I'm going to be leaving that video link here at the end. But if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It doesn't cost a thing. And share the video with your friends. Maybe you guys can sew together. And happy sewing, and see you next time.